The Power 5 is back in brand new form, our very first midweek edition of the show, talking about all the key line moves so far in both college football and the NFL. I've also got a very interesting trend for you. This trend applies to betting on top 25 matchups in college football. It's gone 13-2 against the spread so far this season, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. But before I start running through the Power 5 today, I wanted to let you guys all know right now over at WagerTalk.com, I have a rare 5% max bet in college football available for sale. When I say these are rare, I mean it. I had only 3 of them last year in college football. I won all 3, including Ohio State over Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Did lose my first one of this season. Not going to run from that, but we did come back and we won our first 5% release of the NFL season with the Falcons 3.5-point underdogs, destroying the Vikings 22-6. To get this rare 5% max bet for Saturday, all you have to do is head on over to wt.buzz/BP, click the link in the description below. All right, time to talk some games, give out a few free plays. By the way, when we last talked back on Sunday, the Power 5 was a perfect 5-0, brought out the old broom there. I think that deserves a like. Hopefully some of the following insights can get you to smash that like button as well. Number one, I'm going to start the Power 5 in the NFL with Thursday night football. 49ers at Rams, 8:15 Eastern on Amazon Prime. The Rams open -3 for the Week 5 opener. But they're now out to an 8.5-point favorite due to all the injuries for the 49ers. Biggest injury to monitor, obviously, quarterback Brock Purdy's toe. However, I don't think the drop-off to Mac Jones, the backup, is that severe. Niners are already 2-0 with Jones as the start of the season. Now, I know whomever is a quarterback for the 49ers is likely to be working with a shorthanded receiver group. Ayuk, Jennings, Kittle, Pearsall, all on the injury report. However, this is just too many points to be landed to the 49ers, who are 13-8 ATS as underdogs against a division opponent under head coach Kyle Shanahan. Now, I'm someone who played against the Niners last week. Again, I played against them. In fact, Jaguars plus 3.5 was my 4% NFL game of the week. Great win for me there. Didn't even need the points. What ended up being an outright upset. However, I will tell you, we got a little fortunate with a punt return for a touchdown and 4 San Francisco turnovers. Since 2020, teams that turn the ball over 4 times or more are 58% ATS the following week. Thank you, Bet Labs. Furthermore, while the 49ers are 0-4 ATS versus the Rams the last 2 seasons, including 3 consecutive straight-up losses, you'd have to go all the way back to the early 1970s to find the last time they failed to cover 5 in a row against the Rams. LA is going to be a very public side come Thursday, guys. I would go the other way. Now to college football. I promised you a trend. Here it is. Did you know that in top 25 matchups this season, so games where both teams are ranked, the lower ranked team is 12-3 straight up and 13-2 against the spread. That includes a perfect 4-0 straight up in ATS when favored, 8-3 straight up, 9-2 ATS as a dog. So lower ranked teams in top 25 matchups have been real cash cows. We've got 2 top 25 matchups on the docket for Saturday. The first one, 3:30 Eastern. Number 16 Vanderbilt at number 10 Alabama on ABC. So the trend favors Vandy in this one. And sure enough, the Commodores have already been bet down from plus 13.5 to plus 10.5. Certainly, you would think this is a bad spot for Alabama coming off the big win at Georgia last week. However, I will point out, Crimson Tide have revenge on their mind Saturday in Tuscaloosa. They lost outright to Vandy last year, 40-35 as 23.5-point road favorites. So compared to that number, there's some real value on the Tide this year. Plus, Vandy has lost 11 straight times in Tuscaloosa, failing to score more than 10 points in any of the last 5. However, they now have quarterback Diego Pavia, who's 9-2 ATS as an underdog since coming to Nashville, including 5-0 on the road. 5 outright upsets in those 11 games as a dog for Pavia. So I think you got to go Vandy plus 10.5. Kalen DeBoer has already lost outright 4 times as a double-digit favorite as the head coach of Alabama. Big one in prime time. 7:30 on ABC. Number 3 Miami is at number 18 Florida State. Florida State is coming off the loss at Virginia last week, but the trend I gave you earlier favors them this week. The Seminoles are currently 4.5-point home underdogs to the undefeated Hurricanes. I would take the points here. Yes, Miami has looked great so far, but this will be their first road game. Do we really trust Mario Cristobal? Furthermore, in this rivalry, the underdog has gone 14-6 ATS with 9 outright upsets since 2005. All right, if you are looking for more college football, you want more college football? Well, be sure to check out the Blitz. Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, live, hosted by myself. We talk all the big games on Saturday, plus any other matchup you want to know about. Tune in live. You can ask us about any game. As always, Ralph Michaels will be joining me. Ross Benjamin, also usually part of the show, but this week, Ross has been under the weather. I'll let you know that now. Get well, Ross. Filling in, though, fear not, the great Steve Merrill this week. Again, you can catch me, Ralph, and Steve live here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. All right. Let's now move to Sunday in the NFL. Denver at Philadelphia, 1 p.m. Eastern. Eagles might still be undefeated, but the underdog Broncos, they're the side taking money here. Line has gone from +4.5 to +3.5. It is a short week for the Broncos, who are coming off a dominant win Monday night over the Bengals. However, Philadelphia, guys, I double-checked this, and I swear it's true, okay? The Super Bowl champs are a shocking 28th in yards per play differential thus far. That's bottom 5 in the league. They finished with -1 total yard in the second half Sunday versus Tampa Bay. Jalen Hurts did not even complete a single pass after halftime. Of course, the week prior saw Philly steal the cover from the Rams, a game they trailed 26-7 at one point. I know the Eagles are 20-1 straight up their last 21 games overall, and 28-3 straight up as a home favorite with Hurts as a starter. Okay? So history suggests the Eagles will win here. But they're not getting much from Saquon Barkley right now, plus Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter are banged up. I take the points with Denver in this one. They don't get blown out very often. And we will round things out today with Sunday Night Football. It is Patriots at Bills, 8:20 Eastern. Patriots have taken money so far. The line has gone from +10 to +8. That opens up a betting opportunity to tease the Bills down through the key numbers of 7 and 3. If you're looking for a second leg of the teaser, plenty of options this week. Carolina, the Jets, and Arizona, to name a few. I know they haven't been all that impressive the last 2 weeks, but these are the games the Bills typically win, guys. With Josh Allen, they're 32-4 straight up as a favorite of 7 or more points. So using the Bills as a teaser piece is what I would do for Sunday Night Football. All right, it is now recap time here on the show. Let's just go over one more time what we talked about. Thursday Night Football, big line move. Everybody's betting the Rams. I would go the other way with the 49ers. Too many points. Moving to Saturday in college football, let me give you that trend one more time, okay? Top 25 matchups this season, the lower ranked team is 12-3 straight up and 13-2 against the spread. So Vanderbilt, +10.5 against Alabama makes a lot of sense. So does Florida State, +4.5 against Miami, Florida. Moving to the NFL on Sunday, Broncos +3.5 against the Eagles, whose undefeated record is living on borrowed time. And I'd use the Bills as a teaser piece on Sunday Night Football. Go ahead and comment down below with your thoughts. What do you think about those games? Certainly gave you a lot to think about today. Is there another game you're eyeing up? Feel free to share that with the group as well. Don't forget, 5% max bet in college football goes Saturday for me. These are rare. You're going to want to be on board for sure. WT.buzz/BP. Click the link in the description below. I'm going to be back Saturday with the weekend edition of the Power 5. Make sure to tune in for that. A reminder to both like and subscribe. Until next time, let's cash some tickets.